everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my 2023 makeup empties. I'm so excited to share with you every single makeup product that I completely emptied this year. A lot of them were done in my 5-pan rolling style project pan, but I also have some other empties that I just completed on the side of that. So I have them all saved right here. I've been saving them all year to be able to share with you today, and I'm so excited to just jump right in and do that. I also added up my estimate of what all of these makeup empties would cost if I were to buy them today. Some of them I can't buy anymore because they are not sold anymore, but I just kind of estimated based on what I could find online, and I actually for a couple was able to look up in my email what I had paid for them many years ago. I think it'll be interesting too because I also went through and added up all the makeup I purchased this year to see how much I finished and then how much I actually spent on makeup, and then also compare it to my year-end empties total last year. So that is the plan for this video. Let's jump into the products that I finished this year. So I'm gonna start with some mascaras because these were all finished outside of my project pan, and I have 4 different mascaras to share with you all today. So I'm gonna start with 2 that I actually very much enjoyed. My first is my Clinique Lower Lash Line Mascara. I've finished several of these over the years. I started using them because I was using a mascara that was like always smudging on my lower lash line when I put it on my lower lash line, and so I started using these specifically to kind of solve that problem for myself. And honestly, like, I loved them. Like I said, I've gone through many of them. I have not recently repurchased them though because I haven't really been wearing mascara on my lower lash line, and when I do, I don't really notice the ones that I have currently right now smudging at all. So I'm sure I will pick this up again in the future, but I just don't have a current one in my collection right now. I also finished the Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky High Mascara. I believe this one's waterproof. I had heard somewhere that if you use a waterproof mascara, it basically keeps your lashes curled much better. My lashes do not really curl. They're pretty stick straight even when I curl them and then put a mascara on. So I did buy a waterproof mascara to see if it would work for that, and it did. I will say, like, when I wore this mascara, my eyelashes stayed way more curled than they do normally. It's just very hard to take off waterproof mascaras, and I double cleanse, so I use like a makeup cleansing balm or like oil to remove my makeup before I go in with my regular cleanser, and even then I feel like sometimes waterproof mascara is difficult to remove, and I don't like tugging on my lashes or anything. So I don't currently have a waterproof mascara in my collection. I do have several other different mascaras that I need to work through, but I think I would pick up either this one or another waterproof one in the future because I did really like having my eyelashes stay curled. And then I finished this Laura Geller New York mascara. This I don't really have many words for this one. I did not really enjoy it. It was not a favorite. I wouldn't repurchase, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. And then I also finished a mini Bite mascara. So I believe this was like a 100-point perk at Sephora. That's how I picked it up. I don't think Bite is actually a brand anymore, but I believe I actually have another unopened one in my mascara drawer that I need to use up at some point as well. This was fine. I think it would be better, honestly, if I had the full size version of this because sometimes it was really hard using a wand this small. But all that to say, it was fine, and I will definitely use the one I have sitting in my collection unopened at some point. I only finished 2 lip products this year. One was done as part of my project pan, so I had moved this Iconic London Lip Plumping Gloss in the shade Nearly Nude into my project pan. I had had this in my car and my work bag the year prior and had gotten some good use on it, and I thought that at that point it probably made sense to roll into a project pan and just get it finished up, which I was able to do in the first few months of the year. And as you can see, I kind of really scraped the sides clean. I really liked the shade of this lip gloss, but honestly that was about it. So I did not repurchase and don't plan to. I also finished this Awake Lip Therapy Lip Mask. I had finished up a Laneige lip mask last year, and so after I had stopped using that when it was empty, I rolled this one kind of into its place and just kept it in my bedside table and just used it at night. And so that's exactly how I finished this one up, was just, you know, using it before bed or in the morning when I woke up or anything like that. And I thought it kept my lips pretty moisturized. It wasn't like my absolute favorite. Like, I don't think I'd repurchase this one again. It was a little thick and I felt not as moisturizing as the Laneige one. I do want to pick up another Laneige one to replace this one, but before I do, I have this Milani Rose Butter one that I need to finish first. And I also haven't included this one in a regular empties yet. So at some point you'll be seeing this again, because I'm just gonna now move it into my empties basket. I also finished 2 setting sprays this year. So the first is this Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray by Charlotte Tilbury. I love this setting spray. I have the full size. I feel that it sets my makeup down better than any other setting spray and locks it in place. So it definitely has become like a holy grail or a go-to for me. And I will continue repurchasing the full size. I really love it. And so I'm glad that I finished this one up this year, because it showed me how much I really enjoy that setting spray. And then I also finished this L'Oreal Lumi Shake and Glow Dew Mist. This one I loved as well for different reasons. So this one I feel like just locks down makeup, and this one I loved because of the scent. It just smelled really fresh. And also because of the mister on it. It was so nice. And I felt like it just gave me like a very subtle glow. So definitely different vibes in terms of setting sprays, but I loved them both. Unfortunately, I believe this one has been discontinued. I can't really find it anywhere online, and the pricing for it is like really high for when you do find it. If they ever bring it back, I definitely will, because I really enjoyed it. I only finished one base product, and this is my Oma Beauty Say What foundation. I really enjoyed this foundation. I worked on it in 2022, and then I finished it up in 2023, and I just think it's such a nice foundation. I definitely plan to pick up another one of these. I also love the packaging on this. I think it just has the nicest packaging, and I was just really happy with this product in general. And like I said, I definitely think I'll be repurchasing this one in the future. And then the last 3 products are powder products, which I believe are the most difficult to finish up, although some of my liners are giving my powder products a run for their money in the difficulty category. But I have 3, which I'm really proud of. I have my NARS Mini Blush. This surprisingly took more work than I thought it would, but I got it done, and I'm so excited to have a complete blush this year. And then I also surprisingly finished up my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. You heard me talk about this in my Project Pan video if you saw the finale of that series, but I had no intention of finishing this year, but had it in a Shop My Stash project and hit pan and thought, wow, if I really work on this for the rest of the year, I can definitely finish it up. And so that's exactly what I did, and I was able to finish up this bronzer. I debate back and forth about repurchasing this bronzer because I really liked the scent of it. The price was pretty reasonable because it is a drugstore brand, and I really liked how it looked on my skin. I just felt like I used it up so fast. So I have not made a decision there, and I don't know when I will. I have some other bronzers in my collection I need to use first, so I think I need to just focus on those before thinking about repurchasing. And I also have no plans on repurchasing this blush either, just because, again, I just have other blushes in my collection I need to use first. And then I'm the type of person in most cases, before I go out and repurchase something that I already have, especially when it comes to makeup, I'm going to look for something new that I want to try. And then I also finished an eyeshadow. This was the Creme Brulee eyeshadow from Makeup Geek. I cannot believe I finished this whole eyeshadow. I used this many times to completely finish it up over the years, and I'm super excited. I think this is the first and probably only eyeshadow that I will ever finish, and I'm really excited that I was able to do it this year and be able to move it out of my collection. So that is it. Those are all the products that I completely emptied this year. There were a total of 12 total products that I finished up, which not the best number in the world, but also not bad, and I'm really proud of it. So like I said at the beginning, I went through and looked online, just an estimation of what all of these things would cost if I bought them at full price today, if they still were on the market for some of them. And total, if I were to purchase all 12 of these today, it would be $219, which I thought was actually kind of low, but I feel like maybe just because I used like a lot of drugstore this year, that's why. And last year I used a base product that came in my BoxyCharm that was like retailing at $110. So that certainly boosted my total last year. Last year, my total cost for the empties that I had finished was $396. So I also went through and looked at all the makeup I purchased this year. And so like I said, I finished these 12 items, which is totaling like $219 worth of makeup, and I only purchased $235 worth of makeup, which I feel like is pretty low. And to be honest, most of that is coming from this Pat McGrath palette, which is, you know, almost $130. So that is why that number is so high. Had I not purchased this palette, my makeup spending would have been way under how much I finished up. So I'm pretty proud of that. And it's kind of interesting because I really have not brought many new products into my collection, and I'm continuing to work on finishing up those ones that are still in my collection. So hoping that I can continue to keep up with this momentum and just kind of continue to curate my collection into something that I really, really love, all products that I have in it, which I feel pretty confident that right now I do pretty much love every product that I own. For the most part, like, I don't keep things just hanging around as much as I used to. If something's not really bringing me joy, I tend to declutter it or try and finish it up. So I am really proud of the state of my collection. I plan on filming a makeup inventory video at some point in the beginning of 2024, hoping for January. So definitely stay tuned for that video to kind of see where my collection stands. But yeah, this is it. I'm so proud of my 2023 makeup empties for this year, and this is the last video for 2023. So I hope all of you enjoyed kind of following my journey this year. I definitely plan to be continuing to bring out new content for you next year, and I hope all of you will continue to watch and stay subscribed. If you're not subscribed, please do give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And I hope all of you are doing well and staying safe, and I hope you have the best new year, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye.